The brooding bush awakened was stirred in wild unrest as troops of stalwart schoolchildren dismounted at the camp, with apologies there to Henry Lawson. The camp, of course, is Weekaway, set in the Benlock Valley in the Central Highlands of Victoria.
This is Mick, and while we're at Weekaway, he's going to be looking after us.
Thank you. Hi, I'd just like to welcome you to Weekaway. Whilst you're here, we want you to have a good time and enjoy yourselves, but I'd like to just spend a couple of minutes running through the camp rules with you.
The camp's rules are necessary to maintain order from chaos, but they're all common sense rules, and the most important one is have a good time.
Okay, this is the leader's room here with 2 single beds. And if you girls would like to come with me...
There's room for all.
Okay, you girls?
Oh, Richard, that's right.
You can put your sleeping bags on the bed already.
20 bedrooms, complete with doonas and pillows, provide comfortable accommodation for large mixed groups. Weekaway has plenty of recreational equipment, and this will be thoroughly tried in those first frantic moments of exploration. But beyond the buildings, the brooding bush, inviting the city people to experience the mystery of the forest country, those repeating verticals and half-seen distances that bring out the explorer in all of us. This is the district of Benlock in central Victoria. It's only 80 kilometres from Melbourne, yet for city people, this area provides a valuable experience in loving the unspoilt Australian environment.
Oh, you know what they call pigs.
The countryside may be passive, but children are incorrigibly active. At Weekaway, there are at least 20 challenging activities available, many demanding the development of new skills and extra concentration.
Right, children doing archery. There's the targets. And the bows. Children doing canoeing. Your life jacket, take a paddle as well.
As well as the absorption of experience and ideas, the visitors can give something back in the form of early impressions in paint. Well, maybe it's early days yet. Most of the popular sports are available at Weekaway, including tennis. The whiz of the flying fox will have been heard in these hills long ago, back in the gold rush days, carrying rubble. Today at Weekaway, it's more likely to be babble. As the evening coolness of the highlands settles over the camp, certain aromas emanate from the kitchen, telling of tea time. The visitor's job is to set the tables on a roster system and, incidentally, clear away afterwards. There's plenty of food, good and wholesome, prepared in the commercial kitchen by Weekaway staff. And never better appreciated. For the hollow-legged ones, a bit of pie to top things off. There are numerous dishwashing machines at Weekaway, all of them human, and all leg roped into it on the good old roster system again. For a cosy firelit evening with a tune on the old player piano and a good book, what could be better? A game of pool could be a lot better. All tastes, interests and energy levels are catered for at Weekaway. And if the piano roll isn't quite your era, then maybe the disco to shake down that apple pie. To experience one of those grand mornings which but in the mountains dawn, you have to be there, to wake to it. And then into the shower, same as anywhere else. Naturally, it's all on the basis of his and hers. The breakfast scene would be one to gladden the heart of a certain cereal manufacturer. To say nothing of the local hens whose fresh eggs would barely have time to cool off when the Weekaway camp is in session. There are a number of ways of warming up in the Benlock Valley, and this is one. The rope course, and all set to the click of the stopwatch. Then to the damp course. Raft building, which in this age owes something to the plastics industry, and the rest to the imaginations.
You can do it yourself, see what you can do. I think you might need a bit more wood than that, Rich.
The stream that tumbles down into the Benlock Valley has borne alluvial gold for centuries, luring the ever-hopeful prospectors in their search for colour. For the skeptics, it's a good scene for sketching bushland. Basketball. Yes, it's a covered court, but no, this is a game of volleyball. A very handy area for many activities, particularly in wet weather. The Benlock Valley is the centre of some of the most varied countryside in Victoria. One of the most fortunate aspects is the proximity of forest areas like the Cobor State Forest. This provides an experience of extended bushwalking, an experience every Australian should have at least once. It could be called cheating, but when the Weekaway four-wheel drive comes up, it's found to be full of tucker, fuel for humans and strength to carry on. No, he's not envious. He only eats gum leaves. This is one of those almost impossible arts that every self-respecting Australian should master. That is, the lighting of a heap of damp twigs with a damp match to make the good old campfire. This gets us to a point where we can then make delicious singed sausages, garnished with hot ashes, smoked toast. A game of football can be played in any open space, which reminds us the Weekaway camp has very well-stocked first aid facilities.
Right, it's important when you're doing canoeing to make sure that you wear your life jacket, that it's zipped up and that you've got it belted up correctly. Okay, let's give it a try.
The fiberglass canoes provide campers with a pleasurable learning experience. The big thing is the use of the paddles, the draw stroke and the bow stroke to help steer the craft. All ages are catered for at Weekaway. Arm's length kite flying can be guaranteed to make the little ones giddy, while for the older ones an exercise in orienteering will send them off in straight lines. from point to point, learning to use the compass and follow directions. It's not much fun being a fish in this stream with both boys and ducks licking their lips, or bills as the case may be. However, for human hunters, there's probably a better chance for a feed back in the Weekaway dining room. But the brooding bush is still there, and no doubt full of things that go thump in the night, or right now go fleeing off in terror.
All the jolly fragrance and by a little walk under the shade of the boulevard tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy walked.
The Weekaway camp is now part of that essential educative process where children from cities and towns are given an experience in living together in large communal groups in the rural environment. The weekends see Weekaway being used by church, youth and sporting groups and many other organisations for meetings, conferences or just for fun. It's a case of being away from the family for a week, in equal safety of course, but on new ground. They'll always remember the diverse activities experienced, the friendships made in that week away at Weekaway, or with the family and friends at the weekend.